Inspiration sparks and raises our vibration, encouraging all of us to live our best lives. It is now my pleasure to welcome our speaker for this evening, Norma Turner. Norma has a long history of service in spiritual ministry and education, having taught adults for over 35 years and served in pastoral ministry for many years as well. She is a gifted speaker with a friendly personality and a sense of humor. Norma tries to bring light and life to everyone she meets. A warm Harmony Harbor welcome to Norma.
There. Thank you very much for such a lovely introduction. Today, I wanted to talk about a book recently, or actually it's about our purpose in life. I found this book, not found it, but it came to me, that called The Power of Inner Wisdom by Reverend Marrice Coverson. And I know some of you know her. But for some reason, this book popped off my shelf and needed a response. And it was very timely in a way, because I believe we all try to answer questions that are sometimes beyond our knowability. One of those questions is, what is my purpose in life? Reverend Coverson wrote, "We're living here for a reason, for experience and knowledge we can share with each other, and to grow from that experience and knowledge." So now I'd like to read from her book about the power of purpose. There is power in purpose. I don't know if you know your purpose for being here. Some of us are wandering through life, and as we go, we sort of figure it out. Often, however, we don't realize there is a bigger purpose for us being here. I want you to ask yourselves today, why am I here? Why am I doing whatever I'm doing today? And why am I in my career? I want you to try to connect to your purpose. And those questions will give you a start to do that. As you begin to connect to your purpose, another question arises. Am I fulfilling my purpose? Think about that. Then listen to your inner wisdom. What do you hear? Some of our purposes are very vague, because we've spent our lives doing what others wanted us to do. As children, we started acting on what others said we should do. As adults, we keep on going back to what we did as children. We keep fulfilling the purposes that others set out versus fulfilling our own purposes. Instead of asking ourselves, what am I supposed to be doing? Why am I here on the earth plane? And what is my connection to everyone here? We continue to wander through life. We fail to connect the dots in our lives. These questions and your answers are the way you connect the dots in every area of your life. One of those areas is your relationships. I want you to know that there are dots that lead you to each person in your life. You're connected by dots to everyone around you. Each of those dots is a tiny light, because each one of us is a light. We are connected together with one big light, but some of us fail to notice this. We are used to thinking that we are individuals and have no connection to others. Yes, we are individuals. We have our own thoughts and personalities, But by tapping into our inner wisdom, we understand that even though we're individuals, we have a connection with everything on this earth plane. We have a connection with all others. What is happening to you in your life? Why are these things happening? Some of you are having a hard time figuring that out because you have not stopped to see what your purpose is. Some of us are up in age. We say, whatever my purpose is, I've done it and I'm through. No, you have not done it and you're not through. I have not done it and I am not through. Each of us should continue defining our purpose and our connection to each other until the day we transition from the earth plane. The time to start is today. Each one of us can start looking at our dreams and how we want them to be actualized. We often think it's too late to dream, but it's never too late. It's never too late to look out into the edge of the universe and feel the universe and see what we're supposed to be doing that excites us. This excitement connects us to the big universe, not the small world we've been living in. Most of us think, don't be ridiculous. We live in a small world with our families and friends, and everything revolves around that. We never want to think we're connected to millions of other people out there who are not part of the nucleus in which we live. But I want you to realize that we have a responsibility to all of the universe, not just to the 10 people you love or like. If all of us understood our relationship to the universe, everyone would be doing his or her part to make sure the universe is a healthy place for all. God is in you. God is in you because God is in everything. Some of us think God is not enough, but I know God is in everything. God is in the chairs. God is in the energy. God is in Zoom. She didn't say that. God is in everything, including you. Think about that. God is in you. Now ask yourself, am I reaching my goals? Some of you are working hard at your goals. Some of you are not. Some of you are just living. Whatever happens, just happens. It's as if you think, I'm not going to try to make anything happen. I'm not going to work at it. I'm just going to let it happen. But remember, God is in each of you. That means you are the steward of your life. You are the captain. You are the master. You are the male and the female energy of your life. Each one of you has his or her own play going on. There are billions of people on Earth today. Therefore, there are billions of plays going on. Are you the main character in your play? Or are you allowing someone else to be the main character? If you have relinquished your power to someone else, you are no longer the main character in your play. You have relinquished your power and your energy to someone else. Let your cardinal rule be this: no one else can take the main stage, ever. Others can be the supporting cast, but they can never be in the lead role. Now, you might ask, why stop at that place? Others can be the supporting cast in our play, but they can never be in the lead role. That really was an interesting point for me. Each play is unique and different because of the differences in our backgrounds and our circumstances. We project a different play. Imagine you're writing a book. How would you set it up? Just a chronological presentation of your life from birth until wherever you are now? Perhaps you would set it up in terms of people who influenced you throughout your life. I know I would set it up in 3 stages with sub-stages in each set, in each stage, based on unique transitions that have occurred in my life. However you set up your book, look to see if you can pull from that outline a purpose for your being here. To answer the question, why did I stop with other people cannot be in the lead role? I would say that too many people have shared with me the fact that someone else is in the lead role of their lives. Those of you who know me also know that I believe every person has to walk their own path in life. We should not interrupt that journey by providing a shortcut, telling them what road to take, or suggesting they stay where they are because it provides good benefits. The story of the butterflies is pertinent here. You may have heard me refer to this before. Some scientists watched how larvae in a cocoon began whipping their cocoon from the inside to try to break it open, flapping their wings, exerting so much energy. It is gruesome work requiring strength and perseverance. So these scientists wanted to learn how to help the larvae to escape their cocoon more easily. They cut a slit in the cocoon, offering an advantage to the larvae. To their surprise, the baby butterflies did escape, but then fell to the earth. They could not fly. It was clear that the whipping around the cocoon was a body-building exercise, allowing the emerging butterfly to spread its wings, fly, and live a strong butterfly life. While this lesson is important, I think, some parents and grandparents and others try to remove any problem or difficulty from a young person's life. The result, young people will be unprepared for the difficulties in life that will certainly appear. I doubt that any one of us, can say we have had no difficulties in our lives. Thinking about that lead role in our plays, what happens to those people who have given over the lead role? I know some individuals who have given the lead role to their spouses or significant others. I know high school girls who succumbed to their boyfriends in every aspect of their lives, their choice of friends, the way they dress, how they eat, everything. What is worse, in my opinion, is the adult woman or man who has also given over their lead role to someone else. A significant other, a parent-in-law, or whoever has assumed that role in their lives. I also want to refer to that individual who lives their life as if they were manufactured by God, a God that dominates their every thought and action as they interpret God's will on a daily basis by means of some form of divination or perhaps a leader. This God rules the individual, setting forth a model that the individual must embrace regardless of other circumstances in their life. I refer to the individual who follows the astronomical, I should say astrological, or numerical laws applied to their life, forgetting that God within us is a creator and recreator, enjoying freedom, exploration, learning, healing, love. I remember an analogy Father Matthew Fox gave during a talk here in Phoenix. This was many years ago, and it certainly gave me an insight that I hadn't realized. Imagine a herd of wild horses running in the wind with their manes and tails flying behind them, with strength and courage, and enjoying the pounding of the hooves on the lee. Can you just feel the glee of our anthropomorphic God in seeing his creation at full speed? What glory! And then I pictured what many of my friends and me were involved in, following a model, doing what we were supposed to do, changing our lives so that we could act in a certain way. And I thought, I want to be that wild horse, a pinto, if you will. I pictured human beings living free while expanding their experiences and knowledge of their world, taking it to realities that have never been imagined, while creating and recreating an ever-changing world because of a spiritual quest to do more and be more. I had that experience when I went to the doctor's office, dentist. It was a dentist's office this week. They have an x-ray that goes around like an MRI, and it's a 3D picture of your, they had no idea these things existed. And it's wonderful. I mean, how much more is out there that we're not aware of that can be done? To be able to describe, to get back to our topic, to be able to describe a person's a purpose in one's life, that person must be playing the lead role. Now, what does that mean? I believe someone playing the lead role in their own lives is able to name their gifts and acknowledge their limitations. They can make plans, explore, cooperate in the activities in their life with others, enjoy relationships, and serve as a model in balancing the spiritual nature with their physiological nature. I believe we were put on this earth not to suffer, but to run in the wind like those wild horses. As self-aware, thinking beings, we have the ability to grow and develop in all aspects of our life. Do we have such goals? Can we realize our purpose in life? Ask ourselves the questions. Why am I here? Why am I doing whatever I'm doing today? Why am I living this lifestyle or in this career? What lessons am I to learn? Now, if you cannot find that purpose, don't freak out and think you need to line up a spiritual counselor. Relax. Sometimes realizing our purpose just takes a long time. Some people never figure it out. Remember, we're on a journey to fulfill our goals. Realistically speaking, I know too many people who will point out the difficulties in their life. I live in an adult over 55 mobile home park, and we all get together to talk about the things in our lives that are difficult. Things are too expensive. My children require my help. My job is too difficult, and I'm too old to get another one. The one who told me this was a 54-year-old man earning $30,000 a year with a PhD in business, but he was too old to find another job. And I told him he needed to read a book. 70 is the new 40. At least I thought that was a good book. The answer, the problem, first we have the problem. The problem is that any number of excuses or explanations may come from misunderstood paradigms. The answer today is the day to set or reaffirm your goals in life. Strive to acknowledge a balance between the God within and the human world in which we live. The God within is essential to understanding who we are in relation to others. The world we live in provides the context and means for achieving our goals as individuals, conscious of that inner truth. The interior self, whose mission is to live our purpose in life in relation to all others in the universe. May God bless you, and may Spirit enliven your person to become all you were meant to be.